everyone, and welcome back to Israel in Style, where we show you the top Israeli designers with the hottest collections. Sit down, relax, grab your computer, and get ready to shop till you drop with all the latest fashion from Israel. You no longer have to book your flights to any worldwide fashion weeks to scout for the newest fashion developments. We here at Israel in Style did just that from the Holy Land. We checked out the top Israeli jewelry designers and got to know more about their unique and diverse brands. First up, we met Shelly Tahari at her studio in Tel Aviv. We're here standing outside of Tel Avivian jeweler and accessories designer Shelly Tahari's store to see her vintage and retro designs. So Shelly, tell me how you began designing jewelry. What's your story?
Okay, so actually I learned graphic designing.
Wow.
And I always had a passion for materials. And I started working in a bead shop when I was 21 years old. Yeah. And I love to play with beads. I love the colors, I love the materials. I worked there a lot of years. And then about 10 years ago, I decided to open my own business.
So interesting. Yeah. You went from bead part to this. How did that happen?
It's because I love jewelry. I love the materials. I love the colors. I love to match jewelry to people.
Okay.
And that's it. I started my own business. In the beginning, I worked in my house. I had a small balcony and I worked inside. And the business grew up and
slowly it gets bigger and bigger. People hear your name,
exactly,
like your style.
Exactly.
And so how would you describe your style? Like, I know you have very colorful, but you also have very simple. So how would you describe it?
I think what connects between all the collection is that it's a little bit tribal and boho chic.
Okay. That's a good way to describe this.
Yeah?
Tribal, yeah.
It's tribal and it's a lot of also boho chic.
Yeah.
A lot of different materials, and I think also because it's like statement jewelry, statement necklace.
It's not something that you just like throw on every day. It's something that you put on for the specific outfit to make it pop and like.
Yeah, but also if you wear like simple t-shirt,
exactly.
and you put it, it changes everything.
Yeah, makes it go from super casual white t-shirt to very stylish white t-shirt.
Exactly.
So, since I'm wearing something very casual, what would you style me in your jewelry?
Okay, for me, you're the perfect customer.
Ooh, lucky.
Because you look good.
Thank you.
Okay, you're tall. You have a long neck, and you wear something that the color is, fits to everything,
Right.
But I would ask you, what do you prefer, something long or short?
Long.
Long, okay.
I think long, yes.
Okay, so I'll show you something cool. Okay. For example, I have that necklace.
Oh, that's one of my favorite colors.
Okay, really?
Oh, I'm wearing them right here on my nose.
Okay, this necklace, for example, it's very unique.
Very.
I'll show you why. Okay, you can put it like that when it's long. Okay.
How beautiful.
Yeah, and you can do something else. It has two clasps.
Whoa.
Okay.
Here we go.
And you can just make it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You can shorten it up.
Yeah, and it looks like that. So you can wear it two different ways.
2 in 1, people. This is my favorite.
Okay, but another surprise. If you want to be very sophisticated,
which of course I do,
you listen one here, and it's 3 in 1.
No way.
Also, I like to sell things that people will wear a lot, and it's not just will stay in the closet and they won't wear it.
Yeah.
I like people using my jewelry all the time for occasion or for daily or.
Yeah, because it's not. People would think that because it's so bold, you can only wear it once in a while. But
Yeah,
that's
it's not true.
That's not true at all. So you mentioned before that you use different kinds of materials. What does that mean?
I'll explain. I work with wood, a lot of wood beads, and olive tree wood pendants that we designed them, and everything is handmade.
Everything here is handmade?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
The wood. And I work a lot with the acrylic beads, acrylic beads. They are very high quality beads that are manufactured in Europe. And I design all the colors, I choose the shapes, and I combine a whole new version of bead, and I import them. I work also with the semi-precious stones.
So why don't you show us a little bit around your store and tell us all the different types of materials you use.
I would love to. Okay. This necklace, for example, it's something that I really attached to. Okay, it's one of my first designs. It's all handmade from wood, but it's not a simple wood, it's olive tree.
What does that mean?
It means that the olive tree it's going through a lot of process to be able to use it in jewelry. For example, we dry it for 2 years.
What?
Yeah.
2 years?
2 years to take all the oil out.
So what about for people that want to buy your jewelry? Where can they purchase it?
Okay, so we have 2 shops in Israel.
Okay.
One is here at Nogat district. It's also a studio. Our studio, and it's also a shop.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah. We have another shop in the flea market.
Okay.
Okay. And we also distribute to about 100 shops all over Israel.
Wow.
Yeah.
And can people online?
Yeah, we have a new web.
Wow.
We just launched it a week ago, something like that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's also in English and also in Hebrew.
Great.
And we sell to people all over the world and Israel, of course. When a customer comes and he wants, of course, a discount, so he gets a fortune cookie and he can open it up. And now you got a 100% cotton scarf.
Nice.
It's a special necklace. It's made of an Israeli token. It's a coin that we used to use for make phone calls in public phone booth, and it's used until 1984. And it's original one, and it's gold plated. And you have also the year written on it, like the special year it's made, and it's written also in Hebrew and in Arabic, and it also have the sign of the communication Israeli office.
Her popping colors and boho chic designs will always brighten up an outfit. This might look familiar. And why not spice things up every once in a while? So in case you like more modern or classic designs, we met up with Ori Love East, another very well-known designer here in Israel. She focuses on making her styles as diverse as can be in order to appeal to a wide range of different customers. Let's take a look at our visit. We're here now at Ori Love East's beautiful home and studio to discover more about how she began her authentic and unique high-end jewelry line. Let's check it out. Ori, thank you so much for having us here in your beautiful home and your studio. Tell us, what's your story? How did you get started designing jewelry?
25 years ago, when I finished my master's degree, I felt incomplete. I wanted to do something different than what I studied. I studied English and French literature. And I decided to do something that is more about art and designing, which was appealing to me. And then I started studying just for the fun of it. I started studying goldsmith, and from 1 year it became 2 years, 3 years, and then 5 years. I started studying here in Israel, and then I moved to the States. My collection was based on 22 karat gold, and most of the pieces were oriented to the Middle East. Pieces which were more oriental.
And this you would describe more your style?
This is more of my signature pieces.
Because of the 24 karat.
And because of the symbol they here.
Right.
And I have it also in rings.
And this was your first, this was the original design that you had in mind.
So this ring is actually modern, but it has the chainmail around it, which is a motif from the medieval time. It's taken from the knight's armor, and I used it for jewelry. So similar to the rings that I just showed you, I have a bracelet in yellow gold,
that also uses the armor here.
Yeah, the same motifs. Here it's a modern, a formic piece that I like very much. And it combines the armor, the chainmail, and it also has a combination of modern and old style.
Why is it important for you to manufacture your jewelry here in Israel?
Since everything I make is handmade, rather give work to people here.
Right. And be able to see all the little details and have an input and say.
I like to be part of the creation, and if I do it elsewhere, I will not enjoy the process of creating it.
Ori, Lisa, we're sitting here in your beautiful home, right next to your studio, right next door, and you brought us your top favorite collections. So tell us about them a little.
These pieces are clean cut. They are more classic. I like them also, as well as the big pieces. And these are my best sellers, actually. People tend to buy classic pieces at the beginning, then
they
when
feel
they
you
start,
out a little bit and understand your style, understand that you can also have very big pieces and beautiful ones.
Yeah, they're growing up with me.
Right. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming.
There are those pieces that just never go out of style, and that's the kind of designs Ori Love East brings to the table. Timeless. Up next, we went to visit Alina Glazer, who describes her customers as fierce individuals. This skilled goldsmith focuses her designs around minimalist animal silhouettes that give off a rebel, elegant vibe. All her jewelry are made to order and handmade by her and her staff, making each piece personal and one of a kind. So why don't we take a look at our visit to her homey studio. We're here standing in Alina Glazer's beautiful studio where she's going to show us some of her handmade, fashion-forward, wearable art. Hi, Alina. So why don't you tell us how you got started designing jewelry?
Okay, so I was always into art and design, and I got into Shankar College.
Okay.
And I really wanted to be accepted also to the fashion design faculty, but I really didn't know how to sew a button.
That wasn't your thing.
No, unfortunately not. But I was accepted to the jewelry design faculty. And the rest is history.
Yeah?
Yeah, I graduated on summer 2013.
Okay.
So it's almost 4 years since then. And half a year after that, I started my own business.
That's it. Half a year after you finished college, you were just like, I'm going to dive into it.
I had to.
So you might not know this, but everywhere around Israel, people are raving over your jewelry. How would you describe your designs?
Okay, maybe it's a really general word, but I think my designs are really simple. I try.
Really? You think your designs are simple?
Well, I try to keep it simple. I'll explain.
Right.
I'm starting with a sketch and sketching in a wall for an owl, and then I erase most of the lines and just go with the guidelines, with the most important lines for me.
Okay.
And I go from there. I try to make it really basic and simple. I
kind of try to
like
get the silhouette of the animal as opposed to like the details inside of it.
Yeah.
What is your signature look? What is your signature design?
I believe that my animal collection, this is my signature design.
That's how people recognize you.
Yeah, like once I went to a store and a colleague of mine, which I never met in person, she was like, "Oh, you're Alina with the animal rings, right?" I was like,
How'd you know?
That's me, you recognize me.
You recognize because of the animals.
Because of what I was wearing.
Because of what you're wearing. Yeah. So do you have anything that you're working on now that you could show us?
Yeah, yes. I will give you a sneak peek.
Ooh, show us.
To a new male skull ring, which I'm doing. It's going to be really minimalist and abstract with, I'm trying. Okay, so I'm starting with wax.
Right.
I'm carving it just like any sculpture or sand carver.
Okay. The shape that you want.
Yeah, the shape that I want.
Or the animal.
I'm starting with a sketch, with a general sketch, because this is two-dimensional and I'm doing three-dimensional things. So I need to work around it, exactly. So this is my new skull. It's going to be really minimalist with small details. Yeah, they're going to be a surprise at the end.
Okay, so after we learned how you create these beautiful masterpieces, why don't you show us some of your designs?
Love to.
Let's do it. So I see over here your plainer jewelry, and then I see your animalistic jewelry.
My favorite,
What's,
of course.
oh, I was about to ask you what your favorite is. So you like your animals better.
Yes.
How'd you get to designing animal jewelry?
Well, my boyfriend asked me to make him a wolf ring.
Okay, a wolf.
So yeah, you can see it here. So I made him.
I like that you only do the silhouettes of the wolves. You don't put any details, you don't put like the eyes or anything. Well, actually, you do sometimes put the eyes.
Yeah, these are like more advanced.
These are more advanced.
He was the first one. Yeah. Oh, silver looks really good on you.
We're learning.
Also. Yeah.
We're slowly changing up my style as we go. So it started off with your boyfriend asking you to make a wolf ring.
Yeah, I published it on Etsy.
Okay.
And I got a custom request from a client that he said his wife's spirit animal is an owl.
Okay.
And he asked me if I am willing to make him an owl for his wife.
For his wife?
Yeah.
That was the first request you got? It was just like
and I made it. It was this owl, this barn owl ring, but without the stones.
Oh, okay.
Here is with champagne diamonds. But
wow.
Yeah.
Hello, people. You mentioned before Etsy. Where can people buy your jewelry other than Etsy?
In alinaglazer.com, it's my website.
Okay.
And of course, you can always come to my studio. Yeah.
Check it out.
And check it out here.
One of the many things I love about Alina's pieces is that she's trying to let people express their inner spiritual animal through their jewelry, whether it be their favorite animal, their zodiac sign, or just an animal who they feel they resemble. So our final visit was to another talented and artistic designer who views her jewelry as functional works of art. Her designs can be described as conceptual and contemporary and include a lot of emotion and inspiration. Take a look at Noyalon. We're here right now in Hod HaSharon to meet another talented designer who graduated from Shenkal College, who enjoys playing with different materials, colors, and shapes to create her unique designs. Let's meet Noyalon.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us how you got started designing jewelry.
Well, I graduated from Shenkal College.
Right.
I have a BA design in jewelry, and I guess I always liked the practicality of this kind of art form. Something that you can adorn, you can personalize. It's something that is very, very special, and I think it's really an emotional little artistic piece.
How would you describe your jewelry? Like, what's the thing that you would say is most recognizable about it?
I think a lot of material use, and especially it's not trend-based. It's kind of, I mean, statement pieces. Not for someone that is shy or really, really dainty, pretty.
Let's go all out.
Yeah, exactly. I really think it's for people that have unique style, personal style, that want something that isn't for a season. They want something that has an artistic value or design value.
So tell us about the materials that you use, and how do you feel it's like makes your pieces even more unique?
Well, I use a lot of industrial materials and stuff that isn't really associated with jewelry or fine jewelry. I use a lot of polymer and plastics, and I really do love the part of making my own handcrafting.
Using your hands to create a piece.
Yeah. And every piece is one of a kind. I mean, everything is 100% handmade, and there is no two alike.
There's no two. So if I find something on your website,
you will get the same same design, but it will always have something different that is specific to you. So if 5 people order the same ring in the same size, each one of them will be a bit different. So
it's all like personal.
Exactly.
What is your favorite type of jewelry to design? Rings, bracelets, what do you
I think I personally really like rings, also to design and to wear.
Okay.
It's something that from a very early age, I think maybe because it's like the smallest form of jewelry and it's you know,
and you see it at the most.
Exactly, and it is a bit tricky to design because it's something that really has to go with the movement and the body form and really, you know, the weight and how it sits. It's quite intricate, but since I became a designer, I really like necklaces and pendants. I think I like the statement of carrying something on your body,
like
which
with a thin necklace and then a big statement.
Exactly. I really like this play of weights and shapes and contrasts between, you know, this mass and this fine line. It's something that also it's part of my DNA as a designer, also in my piece.
And where can somebody find your designs? Like, do you have a website? Do you have a store, international?
I have an international website. I do shipping
worldwide,
and I also carry my jewelry in stores in Tel Aviv, Sharon Bonshel, and Papiel, and Gidon Obazon's boutique.
Okay, so people can find you around Israel and as well internationally. Noi is currently getting her master's degree in Shenkar and is focusing her time on reinventing her style and changing things up to be more unique than they already are. So who better to talk to about jewelry trends and advice on how essential accessories are to an outfit than the talented fashion stylist Yael Tabitha Parker. Hi Yael, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am fabulous. So let's just jump straight into it. How important is jewelry to an outfit?
I think it's essential to every outfit. It adds to any outfit you're wearing. Of course, I think that it depends on your lifestyle, as whatever lifestyle you live. If you're a lawyer, if you're a
doctor, anybody that like
a coacher, you know, it all depends. But their accessories is always involved in every single outfit.
Right. So you would say that you feel like jewelry makes an outfit, or could you go without jewelry?
I personally never go without jewelry,
Really?
even if it's simple gold hoops in my ears or rings.
Okay.
I think it always adds to what you're wearing.
It always gives it a little flavor.
Yeah, definitely.
So for you personally, what type of jewelry is a must? Rings, necklaces, bracelets, what is it for you?
Well, it all depends on the season. If it's the winter, I go with rings most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why specifically winter rings?
I just, you see the hands a lot. So, rings and earrings.
Okay.
But it also depends on whether or not you have your hair pulled back or if you have short hair.
So many little details factor into it.
Definitely, definitely.
So when you're styling a client, do you ever feel like there's no jewelry, like no jewelry is the best in this specific outfit?
No, I always feel like even if it's a sequenced top that's really loud and extravagant, I would still put a pair of like hoops on that would just
you would
make
still
it even.
Style it up.
Yeah, I would still style it up. I'm always accessories is it's always there. It's always existing in the whole outlook of an outfit. But one thing I do have to express about jewelry is the feel of jewelry, mostly for women, and I think it's essential for every woman. Let's just face it, we're women, and jewelry makes us feel feminine and sexy.
Yes.
I personally like the feel of a necklace that falls between my breasts.
Okay.
It makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel sexy.
You have a personal feel to it. You have a personal touch.
Of course. Israeli designers, they're all so talented. I personally, all my jewelry is Israeli designers.
So everyone needs to follow Yael's path. Jewelry from Israel, people.
Yes!
Well, Yael, thank you so much for giving us your advice on accessories today. We hope to see you again to hear more of upcoming fashion trends.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, so we got the best of the best when it comes to jewelry designers here in Israel with a wide range of different styles, from boho chic to more modern to edgy and contemporary designs. Make sure to stay tuned every week to Israel in Style to keep up with the latest trends from the one and only Israel. See ya!